Joining me now, Representative for Arizona's 5th Congressional District and co-chairman of the Border Security Caucus, Congressman Andy Biggs. Thank you so much for being with us today. It's wonderful to have you.
Thank you, Allison. Good to be with you.
Of course. So let's start here. What do you make of the introduced articles of impeachment, and what can you tell us happens next?
Well, of course, I've already introduced articles of impeachment on Mayorkas and have done it twice, and we are gaining momentum on that already. So what happens next is we've got to get enough momentum so the Judiciary Committee will be able to put together the inquiry that's required. And then we'll go forward with the inquiry and then make a recommendation to the entire body. And then if we do recommend impeachment, which there's a growing sentiment with Mayorkas anyway, that he should be removed from office. If we get enough momentum and critical mass, then we have that hearing on the floor of the House. And I think, quite frankly, we're really close to having enough votes to impeach Mayorkas. And then from there, it would go over to the Senate, and the Senate would decide what they want to do with the articles of impeachment.
Well, we certainly hope that that all pans out. Now, since the expiration of Title 42 across America, we're seeing the negative repercussions. And unfortunately, even if Congress introduced legislation, Biden will ultimately veto anything that puts America first. Are state or local officials able to take matters into their own hands in this regard?
Yeah, Allison, within a certain thing, that the first point you make is exactly right. Even if you tie it to debt ceiling or budget or something like that, it must pass. Even if he signs it, we all know that he's not going to actually follow the law because he hasn't followed the law. But what the states and the local law enforcement can do is so, for instance, in Yuma, Arizona, Yuma County, and in other counties in Arizona, they're enforcing state laws against trespassing. So they're posting signs saying no trespassing, everything that the state law requires. So if the individual can come over, the states can prosecute. The problem, of course, for them is they have to eat all the cost of the prosecutions because the feds have failed. Other things that we've seen is that the National Guard in Texas, the Texas DPS, they were actually standing guard at the barriers and forcing people back off the United States soil in Texas earlier this week. So yeah, there are things that they can do, but it undermines what the states want to do and need to do and want to do because of the federal government's failure to support them. And then people like Secretary Mayorkas and this President Biden basically saying, hey, come on into the country. Those incentives draw people into the country. They don't repel them, and we need to repel right now.
Yeah, we absolutely do. And another aspect of this that I just find so infuriating is the fact that the media is complicit when it doesn't highlight these atrocities that are being committed by illegals that shouldn't be in the country in the first place. But there are reports now of an illegal allegedly raping a girl in Alabama, and it just breaks your heart, makes you so sad that we are allowing this on our own soil when we should be protecting our own citizens. I mean, do you think the people allowing this to happen are aware of the horrifying repercussions that come with this?
I think they're aware of it and they don't care. They think it's just a cost of doing business because to them the overall objective is to gain more and more control over the American people, and this is having an open border for whatever sick purpose in their mind helps them gain more control. I think they truly don't care about the individuals who are harmed by their policies. I mean, so that's why you have groups like the Angel Families, where they have a family member who's been victimized by an illegal alien. There are stories. Just another story broke earlier today of a guy who an illegal alien chopped off the head of a young lady. So this is outrageous stuff that's happening, but it lies directly at the feet of Joe Biden and Alejandro Mayorkas, in my opinion.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.